Remember when food actually tasted like food? When ice cream was made with real cream and eggs, not a chemistry set. When your orange creamsicle wasn't just orange-flavored plastic. When root beer had sassafras and made your tongue tingle like freedom itself. We're about to count down 25 foods that used to be everywhere in America, and now are damn near impossible to find unless you know a guy who knows a guy in a backwoods barn. Get ready to feel old, hungry, and a little patriotic, because we didn't just lose recipes. We lost the taste of real America. Real vanilla ice cream. Remember when vanilla ice cream tasted like actual vanilla, real cream, real eggs, real vanilla beans scraped from the pod. No emulsifiers, no gargum, no natural flavor that came from a lab in New Jersey. Grandma's scoop melted into a creamy puddle you licked off your fingers. Today's version. It sits on the counter for an hour and still looks factory fresh. We traded soul for shelf life, and now we're eating sadness in a cone. America used to make ice cream that remembered where it came from. Orange creamsicles. Those orange creamsicles were summer on a stick of real orange juice, swirled with actual cream, not orange-flavored plastic foam. You'd bite through the icy shell, hit that creamy middle, and life felt perfect. Now, they're basically orange jello with a thin layer of disappointment. The FDA probably decided real cream was too dangerous for kids. So we swapped joy for reduced-fat dairy product. Thanks, science, you ruined the best part of being 8 years old. Fresh sassafras root beer. Real root beer had sassafras root, that wild, spicy, almost medicinal kick that made your tongue tingle like you just kissed freedom. Brewed in backyards, it tasted like the woods after rain. Then the FDA said, nope, sassafras might cause cancer in rats who drink 700 gallons a day. Now we get corn syrup water with root beer flavor. We lost the taste of rebellion in a bottle. RIP to the only soda that felt like an adventure. Old school diner milkshakes. Back then, a milkshake was 3 scoops of real ice cream, whole milk, and a blender that roared like a jet engine. The waitress handed you a metal cup with extra on the side. No whipped cream gun, no fake syrup. You drank it slow because it tasted like something. Now, a machine spits out cold foam in 12 seconds. We traded soul for speed and wonder why everything feels hollow. Diner milkshakes didn't just feed you. They reminded you America still had heart. Fresh-baked Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread was soft for exactly 1 day. That perfect, pillowy slice that made the best PB&J of your life. No preservatives that kept it fresh until the next presidential election. You could smell the bakery 2 blocks away. Now it's engineered to last longer than most marriages. We gained eternal softness and lost the magic of eat it today, or it's stale tomorrow. Sometimes freshness is worth more than immortality. Real chocolate malts. A real malt had malt powder, that deep, toasty, almost whiskey-like flavor that made you feel grown up at 10, mixed with real ice cream and milk, hand-blended until thick. Now, chocolate milk with a scoop of sadness and fake malt flavor. We lost the taste of old soda fountains and gained another reduced-calorie option. America used to malt its milkshakes, now we just apologize for them. Necco wafers. Those pastel chalky discs were pure nostalgia. You'd stack them like coins and pretend you were rich. Real sugar, real flavors. Remember licorice and clove? Then they modernized the recipe, removed artificial colors, changed the formula, and suddenly they tasted like regret. We went from candy that lasted forever in your pocket to something even grandma won't eat. R.I.P. Necco, you were weird, and we loved you for it. Hey America, if these lost flavors hit you right in the feels, like a real creamsicle on a hot day, hit subscribe now. We're saving the tastes and stories of the America we cherish before they're gone for good. Subscribe, ring the bell, and let's keep the good stuff alive. Because if we forget what real vanilla tasted like, who's gonna remember? Fresh birch beer. Birch beer tasted like wintergreen gum, mixed with root beer, and a little magic. Made with real birch oil, it had that clean, forest after rain bite. Now, corn syrup with birch flavoring that tastes like someone whispered birch from across the room. We traded wild, woodsy refreshment for something safe enough for toddlers. America used to drink the forest, now we drink the focus group. Real peanut butter. Remember when peanut butter separated, oil on top, real peanuts below. You stirred it like a man, and it tasted like peanuts, not candy. No sugar, no hydrogenated oils, just peanuts and maybe salt. Now every jar is pre-homogenized and pre-sweetened like it's trying to be frosting. We lost the honest work of stirring and gained diabetes, thanks, progress. Jujubes, those little chewy fruit gems were pure pocket candy joy. Real fruit flavors, no fake colors, no corn syrup overload. You pop one after another, and your tongue turned every color of the rainbow. Now they're soft, overly sweet, and taste like chemical regret. We traded real chewiness for improved texture. America used to have candy that fought back when you bit it. Now we just swallow disappointment. Fresh squeezed lemonade. Real lemonade was lemons, sugar, water, and elbow grease. Tart, sweet, perfect on a hot porch, no concentrate, no natural flavors, no yellow dye number 5. You could taste the sun. Now, bottled stuff tastes like lemon pledge with extra corn syrup. We went from backyard bliss to factory sadness in one generation. Real egg creams, no eggs, no cream, just chocolate syrup, milk, and seltzer, mixed with love in a New York diner. It was fizzy, creamy, magical. Now, most places serve chocolate milk with bubbles. We lost the art of the perfect pour. America used to make magic with 3 ingredients, now we need 12. Moxie. Moxie was bitter, herbal, and weird, like drinking a Christmas tree with sass. People either loved it or pretended to love it. Now they've softened it so much it tastes like regret. We used to embrace weird, now we want everything to taste like vanilla. Fresh chicle gum. Real chicle gum, from the sapodilla tree, had that jungle taste. You chewed forever, and it never lost flavor. Now, plastic with sugar that dies in 30 seconds. We traded nature for forever chemicals. Chew on that. Hires root beer. Original Hires root beer from 1876 had 16 herbs and spices. It was aged like fine whiskey, with that deep, complex bite that made you feel like you were drinking history. You could taste the root, the bark, the wildness. Now, it's corn syrup with a faint root beer flavor that tastes like it was approved by a committee. We lost the soul of a drink that took time to make. America used to brew patience into a bottle. Now we just want it fast and sweet. Real cream soda. Real cream soda had actual cream. Thick, rich foam that floated on top like a dream and melted slowly into the drink. You sipped it and felt like a king at the soda fountain. Now it's seltzer with vanilla syrup and a squirt of fake foam from a can. We traded real decadence for something safe and diet-friendly. America used to pour luxury into a glass. Now we pour apologies and call it progress. Werner's Ginger Ale. Werner's was aged in oak barrels for years. Sharp, spicy, almost boozy ginger that hit you like a warm hug from the past. You drank it slow because it deserved respect. Now it's soda in a hurry, mild, sweet, and forgettable. We lost the patience that made it special. America used to let things mature. Now we want everything yesterday, and the flavor pays the price. Fresh Cracker Jack. Real Cracker Jack had molasses, real peanuts, and a prize you actually wanted. A metal whistle, a tiny compass, something that lasted. You shook the box and felt like a kid with treasure. Now it's sweetened cardboard with plastic junk that breaks in 5 seconds. We lost the surprise and the joy of something simple. America used to put real prizes in our snacks. Now we just put more sugar. Real grape soda. Made with real grape juice, deep purple, rich fruit taste that stained your tongue for days and proved you were having fun. Kids came home with purple mouths like badges of honor. Now it's artificial purple water, no stain, no memory. We lost the evidence of childhood America used to let you wear your soda. Now we want it clean and forgettable. Bonama Turkish Taffy. Bonama Turkish Taffy was the candy you had to whack on the counter to break. Pure joy in every snap, chewy and sweet with that perfect pull. You'd share pieces like treasure. Now it's soft, boring, and pre-broken. We lost the drama and the fun of the fight. America used to make candy that fought back. Now we just choose something that gives up. Taffy pulls. Families pulled taffy by hand at fairs. Sticky fingers, laughter, romance in every stretch. You'd watch the colors swirl and feel part of something bigger. Now machines do it in seconds. No mess, no memories. We lost the sticky joy of making it together. America used to turn sugar into family time. Now we buy it pre-pulled and call it efficient. Real root beer floats. Real root beer floats were magic. Real ice cream plus real root beer equals foam rising to the ceiling. Creamy, fizzy perfection. You drank it slow because it deserved it. Now it's a sad puddle at the bottom of the glass. We lost the towering foam and the wonder. America used to make floats that looked like dreams. Now we settle for something that looks like defeat. Clark bars. Real chocolate, real peanuts, real crunch. Thick layer of caramel and peanuts wrapped in milk chocolate that snapped when you bit it. Now, a sad, soft shadow of itself that tastes like disappointment. We lost the bite and the joy of a candy bar that fought back. Fresh caramel apples. Real caramel apples were full perfection. Sticky, homemade caramel that dripped down your fingers, tart apple underneath. You licked your hands for hours. Now, prepackaged sadness in a plastic bag. We lost the mess, the flavor, and the reason to say, I'll just have one bite. Homemade fudge. Grandma cooked fudge for hours. Butter, sugar, chocolate, love. No corn syrup, no stabilizers. You ate it warm and survived. Now we're afraid of sugar and buy fudge that tastes like plastic. We didn't just lose fudge, we lost the courage to enjoy it. And maybe that's the saddest thing of all. We didn't just lose foods, we lost moments. Sticky fingers on summer porches, the smell of real vanilla in Grandma's kitchen. The taste of freedom in a simple root beer. These were the flavors of an America that trusted its own taste buds. An America without warning labels on ice cream. Subscribe if you still remember what real tastes like, because the America we cherish still deserves real vanilla, real cream, and real freedom.